Was able to pick up something pretty unique several months ago, and this is the first time I have had a chance to use it. OTC, or Owatonna Tool Company, or Tool Corporation, made these kits for these P-series and I guess some B-series Onan engines. In this particular case, it's a wheel horse set. OTC made a lot of tools for John Deere, particularly the new generation, things like that. But anyway, I was able to pick this up several months ago, many months ago now, and I actually get to use it for, I believe, the second time I'll get to use it. And what I'm going to do is I picked up a Onan engine a little while back, and I'm just tearing it apart just for fun. I just picked it up off Craigslist. So here it is, and what we're going to do is I'm going to pull the crank gear off of it. This engine, it's, oh gosh, 87, I believe, or no, it came out of 89. I believe it's P220. Came out of 89 or 9420, something like that. I guess 89, because looking at the date came out of 87. That's what I thought. Okay, because the flywheel cup here says 86 on it. So came out of a 87 420. It doesn't have the little tab right here. So I mean, engine itself, compression was like 90, something like that. So I mean, it's pretty well worn out. I just wanted some parts. So I mainly wanted the oil pan in case I get another 300 or 400 series that I want to redo, and I needed a spare oil pan. So I'm going to keep a lot of these parts around, just set them on a shelf in case I ever need them. I'll inspect them and everything. Engine was cheap enough, so got it with a couple other things. But I'm going to pull this crank gear off. And to pull the crank gear off, probably one of the more challenging things, in fact, one of my first YouTube video ever was pulling the crank gear off. A little system I designed didn't say anything, and I think the video was a grand total of a minute long. But we're going to use these two bolts right here and the puller. So I'm going to get it set up, and then we'll go to town. Alright, so I've got my puller set up here. We have the two shoulder bolts that are unique for the 832 threads that are on the crank gear. We have the spacer that the instructions say needs to go in there. I'm actually going to loosen this up, get this a little bit more centered, or pulling evenly. So we have the shoulder bolts, we have the spacer, and then we have the bar, and then the puller right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use an impact, mostly because I've used impact before. Actually, we'll see if we can get this off by hand. Let me find a 3/4 inch wrench, because they've all run away. I really need to organize the shop. I really do. Got a 3/4 wrench. Now let's see if we can pull this off. Oops. The problem's going to be is, just keeping everything still. So yeah, I really got to use an impact. So let's see here. All right, here we go. Works like a champ every time. This is like the third time I've used this. Really like this setup. These things, when you find them, I will have to say, they're not cheap. Oftentimes you have to bid on them. I think I've seen 5 total sell, a couple or 2 on Facebook, and then everything else has been on eBay. So I don't think I've ever specifically seen a Deere one sell. I think the ones I have always seen sell were wheel horse units. So I don't know if that's just nobody wanted it. That's really interesting. This crank gear is very blued. Very blued. Look at the back there. Makes me think that this engine got hot. So we'll find out when we dig in there. But that's it for this kit. Pretty short video, like 4 minutes. But that's what, if you ever find one, great things to have.